Three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 1 of Funny Hour. This is the podcast where me and Jacob talk for an hour about something random. Hello, Jacob. How's it going, my guy?
What do you say? I'm
Hmm?
sorry. I wasn't listening. What did you say?
Moving on.
No. What was the thing you did?
It's called an intro. They tend to have these. To be
An
professional.
intro to my ass. What'd you say?
I just introduced the guests to our podcast.
What guests? What guests?
The
Nobody's
listeners.
watching.
The
Nobody's gonna watch this. Who's gonna watch it?
Well, if you have clicked on this video, you are watching this. So
You have a fair point. I stand down. I apologize.
anyway, so how's dinner? How
I've not had dinner yet.
you've not had dinner,
It's
Jacob?
only 5 p.m.
Well, Jacob.
I'm not old. I don't have dinner at like 4 p.m. Maybe in like 5 years when I'm like 70 years old, but not yet. Still young.
5 years.
Time is relative.
It sure is. It sure is. So, what are your thoughts on restaurants?
That's a rather broad topic. What type of restaurant?
Just any restaurant, just fast food, sit down, fancy restaurants.
Well, what type of thoughts are you looking for?
Just say something random. Just say your thoughts, your opinions on restaurants. What you like about it, what you dislike about
Well, I will say, McDonald's bathrooms are terrible places. I don't suggest ever stopping at a McDonald's to use the bathroom. Their food's cheap, so what comes out, it really matches the quality of the food.
it. Like Splash.
So,
Does it come out like Splash Mountain?
I would say in a similar fashion. Don't go to McDonald's bathrooms. I've not tried Burger King bathrooms or Wendy's bathrooms. I just don't go to those places much.
Yeah,
I
who
tried a
cares
Burger
about?
King chicken fry. It was dry and stale, so I was disappointed.
Oh.
And Wendy's, I have no want to ever go to Wendy's. Chick-fil-A's okay though. They pay their staff a little bit more, so it's pretty clean.
You know me. Clean is nice. Clean is nice. Well, what really grinds my gears though?
I don't think that's just you. I think a lot of people prefer being clean, Gary.
Well, what if you don't like being clean? What if you're messy? What if you just don't
What
care?
if you're Chezzer? Yeah, if you're Chezzer, who's more filthy than a pig in a mud bath, certainly maybe them. But I think the average person, especially in these modern times, is quite clean.
I'd have to agree with that statement. I'd have to agree.
Well, then you'd be wrong, because 50% of the world does not have our hygiene.
Oh. That's... Well, it's a very interesting scenario. Anyway, what really grinds my gears? I hate it
You're
when I
using a
go...
bit from Family Guy? You're using a Family Guy bit inside our show?
Am I not
Is that
allowed
how low
to?
you think this place is?
I can go lower if you want me
You know
to.
what really grinds my gears? Yeah, Family Guy. I'm taking the joke.
I was just trying to... I wasn't necessarily making a Family Guy
What are you
reference.
trying to do? What are you trying to do, Gary?
I was just trying to move the conversation along, just...
Move the conversation
Just-
along with the Family Guy quip. With the Family Guy quip, a cutaway joke from Family Guy. How does that move us along? That sets us back 100 years. You just tanked us.
It also sets us back 100 years.
What?
Not washing your hands after you do your business.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But what I was going to get to is that I hate it when I go to a restaurant and it just the food is too much. It's too much food. I eat
See,
it.
now, I have the opposite problem because I am obese. And I hate it when there's not enough food.
Well,
I like it when they really load up the plate. You know what I mean?
don't what's the deal with kids meals?
Who the fuck? Where did that come from? You think I'm a kid? When I was a kid, I was eating the adult meals. Ain't no small fry shit.
Well, I personally I like eating from kids meals because the food
You still do.
the
You still
portioning
eat from kids meals?
this is true. The portioning is great. Nice
I
portion.
cannot believe you just admitted that you eat from kids meals.
You get a coloring book, Jacob. A coloring book
Oh wow!
with
Look at you.
crowns.
Look at Big
That's
Boy.
pretty cool.
Look at Big Boy needing to preoccupy himself
And,
at the
you know,
table with the coloring book.
There's just a lot more choices that fit my appetite. If you
But there's less choices on the kids menu. What do you mean? What do you get every single day? Chicken tenders and
yes,
what?
I fancy chicken tenders.
So when you go to like the steakhouse, you're like, kid menu please, chicken tendy.
Well, not exactly like that, but I do enjoy myself a good chicken tender. To be quite honest with you,
A singular chicken tender.
one minuscule tender.
So you're not eating kids meals. You're eating baby junior meals.
Baby Junior? What is Baby Junior?
The thing before kids meals. I just made it up. So
So like baby food.
You pay, it's not even like kids meals are that much cheaper typically. You pay, a kind of similar amount for less food of less quality that you could get anywhere, and you prefer it that way.
The thing is, Jacob, when I eat, I don't want to see a single thing on my plate after I eat it. So if
one chicken tender, a 2-year-old can eat that.
Yes. So if I see some more, a big thing of steak and I only got through half of it and I have to take it home, I'm like, no way, Jose, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. Don't bring Jose into this. He has nothing to do with this argument. And secondly, this is so important for me. Do you eat as much as your profile photo, a hamster? Is your stomach the size of a hamster's? Are you telling me you can't eat an 8-ounce steak? Can't eat 8 ounces?
I can eat an 8-ounce steak.
Then order an 8-ounce steak. Don't order a kids menu.
I'm sorry. I tend to like kids menus.
You like kids?
Kids menus.
Sorry, you cut out.
Kids menus. The menus for kids, like 10 and up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's where you order them from.
Yeah. You know me. Especially because Happy Meals, you get those toys, and it's really great.
You shouldn't have agreed to what I just said.
What'd you say? I wasn't listening.
Kids menus, that's where you order them from. Okay, flew over your head. Gotcha.
Yeah. Just whoop, right over my head, just like everything else in life. It's really something. Just like how planes, some planes, they go over heads. They tend to do that.
Speaking of planes, I got a gripe with them.
What?
I think the world would be better if planes are less heavy, right? That means less fuel and less all that stuff, right? Like make them less heavy.
Yeah.
So my idea is use wood. Let's go back to like the 1910s and just go all wooden.
Why exactly wood?
The only problem with that is, firstly, if anything happens with the wiring and there's a spark, well,
you're kind of done. So
going down.
Yeah.
And secondly, modern engines have flames. I'm not sure if that would work well with the wood, but we should invent a new type of wood that's non-flammable. That's what I'm saying, and we put that on planes. Also, if you make planes wooden, right, and they land in the ocean, they'll float. They'll just become a life raft.
It'll be like that one movie with that one guy.
Which one? Which guy?
The movie with the life raft, and then they fly in the life raft.
They fly in life raft.
Well, they don't fly, but they fly off a cliff. You know, just,
Fly
woo!
off a cliff in the life raft.
Yeah, you know that movie?
Why do I feel like Dwayne Johnson's associated with it?
Well, it is an adventure film. I think. I don't remember.
Who's in it?
That one kid
What
from
actor is in it?
the kid from the Goonies. You know
Which kid from the Goonies?
the Asian kid.
Indiana Jones 2?
Oh yeah. Oh man, I love that movie. That's a great movie. You know.
Isn't that Indiana Jones 2? Temple of Doom?
I think so. Yeah.
I gotta look this up. Right
Yeah.
now.
And while he's looking it up, we got a word from our sponsor,
Yeah!
Buffalo Bill
Indiana
Steak.
Jones 2!
Oh. Anyway, Buffalo Bill Steaks is sponsoring this video. The freshness is key for them, you know. Fresh quality beef. You know, chunky big portions. I mean, I wouldn't eat it because I eat off the kids menu. But chunky big portions, delectable for any sort of occasion.
Buffalo Bill's child-sized steaks are coming soon.
This is true, and
They get the steaks, specifically the child-sized ones, from baby cows.
baby cows.
Yeah, when they're younger, the smaller steaks, and it's also more tender. It's the veal sub-branch of the Buffalo Bill Steaks brand.
Oh.
So the Buffalo Kid Steaks, you'll be getting veal for the price of beef.
So
You know,
you're
it's a good
saying
deal.
that Buffalo Bill hires iguanas to track down kids,
Well,
put them
well,
in
not
beef,
not
and sell them as steak?
Not exactly.
Okay.
Not iguanas. He's more of a hawk type of guy. They have better recon.
Now I disagree with that. I think iguanas are pretty cool.
No, I'm not saying they're not cool. I'm saying hawks, in the air, they kind of get a better view of their target, know?
Iguanas can run quick. They got fast little feet.
Yeah, but iguanas die when it gets to 40 degrees.
Well, that's because they're warm-blooded.
You're warm-blooded.
I am?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's a hawk type of guy, firstly. And secondly, right? Well, he doesn't kidnap children. He kidnaps baby cows, which is very different.
But cow children. He kidnaps cow children. Is that what you're saying?
Cow children. I thought you just said children.
No, I said
was
children,
like-
but you...
I was very, very concerned.
Why?
Because maybe you knew something about Buffalo Bill that I didn't.
I think Buffalo Bill's a pretty trustworthy guy, which is why he's sponsoring this video.
He's dead.
He is?
How do you know that?
What do you mean?
Buffalo Bill's been dead for over 100 years.
No, Buffalo Bill makes steaks. Buffalo Bill steaks.
That's what the brand is called. Buffalo Bill himself isn't around anymore.
They got his approval. How would you think that... How do you think he's dead if they got his approval? That's my question. He okayed the...
Maybe they used some kind of ghost whisperer to communicate. I mean, we could go to Colorado, go visit his grave and dig it up.
A
See
ghost
skeletons
whisper.
in there if you want.
There's probably nothing in there. It's probably just ash. Just remnants of the Buffalo Bill we once knew.
You think bones turn into ash that quickly?
Well, they turned into ash, right? Yeah,
We find human skeletons from like 20,000 years ago. And you're telling me the guy who died 100 years ago in a non-humid climate, buried on top of a fucking mountain,
ash.
We'll have ash.
It's probably the climate, maybe. I don't know. You know, some people turn into ash in like warmer climates.
Yeah.
Some doing colder.
Vampires turn into fucking ash. Do you know vampires?
Speaking of vampires, you're really sucking the fun out of this conversation. Yeah, I must say.
I know someone who would suck something else.
Moving on.
Vampires, they suck blood. Get it?
See, I just don't pick up on these things. They just, you know, just like what I said, they just fly
Yeah,
right over my head.
Yeah,
Just
I agree. I agree.
just like a rabbit, you know, it hops right over, and I can't control my urges. Anyway, so steak, you know,
Yeah, I would have bet it.
steak is good. You know, I had steak before, and it's pretty tasty.
You've had steak before? Wow.
And I had it
That's
on the kids
crazy.
menu. Yeah.
You had kids menu steak.
Yes. And
Okay.
it was very succulent, very tender, very. Mwah!
So, what type of steak was it?
Beef steak. Steak made of beef.
Well, yes, I get that, right?
Mhm.
But what cut? What cut from the cow?
The cow. How, what?
Let me rephrase the question, okay?
Okay.
Let me
Yeah.
let me
Please
very simply
tell me
rephrase.
this in like baby terms, okay?
I will.
Okay.
When you got the steak on the menu,
Mhm.
was it called like a ribeye, a prime rib, a filet mignon?
Flamin' minion. I don't think that's very friendly,
No,
Jacob.
no,
Flaming minions are
No.
kind of
no,
stinky.
no.
And
Filet
ribeyes, you know,
mignon.
why do I want ribs in my eyes?
Filet mignon.
Filet minion.
No, that's not what it's called. Filet mignon.
Flamin' iguana. I don't know.
You could eat iguanas. You know that?
Yeah,
People say iguana is pretty good.
No, I don't
People
eat
say
iguana.
iguana tastes like chicken.
You know what else tastes like chicken?
Chicken.
Exactly. That's you read me like a book.
Yeah.
Chicken tastes like chicken. You know, it tastes
Yeah,
like beef.
exactly.
Beef tastes like
Nothing-
beef. And
Nothing tastes like chicken tastes like chicken.
and
know what I
pork
mean?
tastes like beef, to be quite honest with you, right? Am I right?
What tastes like beef?
Pork tastes like beef?
No, pork has its own distinct flavor.
No,
And
no,
text-
no. You're getting this all wrong. You see, there's only two main food groups. No, three. No, two. Chicken. Hamburger beef. Fish. Put those together.
Wait.
You
wait
got
a second.
pork.
No, wait a second. Why specifically hamburger beef?
Because hamburger beef is beef, right?
No, but why do you have to? Why not just beef?
Because, like I said,
Why-
it
why
is
just
beef after all.
hamburger?
Hamburger beef. Chicken McNuggets. Is just starting to ring a bell, Jacob. I'm trying to communicate to you that we are going to McDonald's in 5 minutes.
I wasn't listening.
Oh,
What do you say?
iguanas are cool, right? Yeah. Can,
I would say iguanas are up there. I would say they're up there.
they're on top of the food chain,
Well, in their respective places, sometimes yes, not in general.
Like, isn't it like in like what's that place called? Tanzania. They iguanas are like 6 feet tall. Is that right?
I'm unsure if you're talking.
Can I get a fact check on that?
I'll fact check it right now. Tanzania iguana.
Tanzania iguana. They're like 6 foot tall. They bite your head off.
I think. Oh my God, you're right.
I'm What can I say? I'm a master at the craft. I'm a master.
Holy cow!
I know. Holy beef, I must add. Holy.
I'm looking at the iguana. Wow.
It's like a.
Jesus Christ!
I know it's like a.
I was about to say I think you're talking about crocodile.
No. Crocodiles are. That's a different species to me.
I don't think it's a different species just to you, Gary. I'll be honest. I think most people recognize it as a different species. In fact, I don't know a single person who doesn't.
Oh, that's fun. But like hamburgers, hamburgers they got that bun, that meat, that bun. What is with that? What's the deal? What's the deal with hamburgers? Tell me honestly.
What's to say about
hamburgers? Good.
Yes. What's to say about hamburgers?
Well, there's not a lot to say. I mean, if you can't think of anything to say, then you can't think of anything to say. But
I think that advice right there can be used a lot in life. If you can't think of anything to say, you just can't think of anything to say.
It's true. It's a true statement. I tell that to myself every morning, every day, every month.
What happens if you can't think of something to say, so you can't think of that?
Well, then I'm screwed. And then I have to use my vocabulary book or something. I don't know, my dictionary.
Did you just say that you have to use a?
I have to use.
I thought you said user, like Jar Jar Binks. Misa user the computer.
Well, if you want me to say that, then I can say that for you.
I never said I wanted you to say it. I never said I wanted you to say it.
That is low blow, my man, low blow. As they say in Phoenix.
That term has a lot of different meanings. Low blow.
Speaking of blowing, how's the weather in Colorado right now, Jacob?
It's pretty cold.
Cold.
Yeah, it's winter.
Winter already? That's just the.
Did you not notice it was winter? You live in the same nation as I.
I do?
You do?
I thought you lived in Tanzania.
No, that's where the iguana lives.
Silly me. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's where the iguana lives, and the iguanas are always right. They get the job done. They're.
What job do Gary? Enough of the bullshit. What job do iguanas do?
They're gonna take over human society. They're the next generation. Like,
what signs are there for that?
Well, first of all, they're 6 feet tall. That's pretty
well,
shocking.
They're not 6 feet tall. They're 6 feet long.
But I'm sure if they
Not
stand up,
6 feet
then
tall.
they're 6 feet tall.
No, but like most of that is their tail, right? So they can't exactly stand up on their tail.
I'm sure their body can stretch to a longer length, right? They're like
You think the iguanas have a gelatinous property
they're like chameleons,
that
right?
lets them stretch?
Yes. It's like Play-Doh, like slime, like they just stretch to unbelievable proportions.
What makes you think that what you just had has any semblance of factual base?
That was just a hypothesis.
It was a hypothesis. Well,
I mean,
your hypothesis is wrong.
Well, Bill Nye always said, keep thinking if you want to think, I want to keep my brain going.
Did he say that? Did he say that?
Yeah, he said that to me.
Quoting Bill Nye.
He said that to me in person.
Thinking, if you want to think.
Someone had to say that in the world. Someone.
Clarity Clinic.
What is
Psychology Today? Mayo Clinic.
Mayo? Oh, don't get me started on mayo.
Right, dude, I hate mayo.
Oh my god, and especially when they put the mayonnaise in the Kinder Surprise eggs.
I've had that prank done to me before. The Kinder Mayonnaise surprise egg.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
So I'll tell you the story of. It was when I was like 7 years old, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And my best friend at this point, his name was Zev, and he's this hyper
Zev?
little kid. Zev, Z-E-V, weird name, right?
Oh yeah. That's strange.
It's an interesting one. So basically, Zev and I, we were hyper little shits, and we liked to play pranks on each other. So one day in the middle of class, I pulled his pants down.
Oh my
one
god!
day in the middle of
Did
class,
you get a look at it?
He replaced my glue stick with lipstick.
What? Oh my god!
A lot of crazy stuff happened.
That's wild. That's like iguanas.
Right?
They're wild.
So
Yeah.
Zev decided one day to give me a normal Kinder Surprise egg. Right? A normal.
I thought they're illegal.
They are. But a 6-year-old can get away with anything. 6-year-old can get away with
yeah,
murder.
that's true. Yeah.
So gives me the Kinder Surprise egg, and I open it, and it's a normal one. I bite into it, it's perfectly fine. The next day, he gives me another normal one, and I'm like, "Wow, dude, this is so nice, thank you." And he's like, "Don't worry about it, Jacob." I wasn't assuming.
Hold on. Did you?
He had it. What?
Did you swallow the toy inside?
No.
Okay, that's just.
I was dumb back then. I wasn't. It's not that dumb, right?
Sure, yeah. I wouldn't do that ever,
So basically, what happened, right, was the second day gives me a normal one, and the same exact thing repeats, right?
Yeah.
But then on the third day, I bite into it. It's filled with mayonnaise. And the bastard Zev is pointing and laughing at me while I start profusely vomiting all over the teacher. Her name was Mrs. Smith. I profusely vomited.
Profusely.
All over her. Profusely.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, mayonnaise.
Oh.
Zev was like, how's that surprise?
Oh my god, that is cool.
After that, I kicked Zev in the balls. But when you're young,
you really kicked him in the mayonnaise surprise egg.
Yeah, but when you're young, that does nothing. So it really wasn't a good enough revenge. When you're younger, you could take anything.
You should just track him down right now, kick him right in the cojones, and then walk
I think
away.
Zev died.
Oh,
actually,
did he? Did he die of like mayonnaise poisoning? I don't know what's going on.
No, I think he died in like a car crash.
Oh, well, you know what they say? Karma.
I'm kidding.
Oh, You really
I
got my
broke up
hopes up
with
right
Seth,
there.
I broke up with Seth like 11 years ago. I've never heard from him since. So he might be dead, actually, now I think about it. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he might be enjoying his nice Buffalo Bill steak on a nice Sunday morning. Speaking of Buffalo Bill steaks, have I mentioned that this video is sponsored by Buffalo Bill Steaks?
It is?
It is. And I must say, they are delicious. They are great. They're full of
Oh,
protein, better than anything you can find out there.
Especially their kids' meal steaks.
Oh my god, don't get me started on those kids' meal steaks. They have got me craving like a graven.
Like a what?
You know, something about the munchies. I don't know. Got me craving.
Something about the munchies?
You know what Shaggy says. You know, from Scooby Doo.
What Shaggy says from Scooby Doo. I don't know. Maybe.
What's the deal with that mayonnaise brand, Hellman's? Like, were you experiencing a real Hellman when he did that to you?
Well, mayonnaise doesn't have dairy. I'm lactose intolerant, but it does have lots of eggs.
Oh, eggs! Don't get me started on eggs. Eggs are nasty little things. Good protein too. Carry on.
You just called them nasty little things, and then said, "Oh, but they have good protein."
It's true though. Lots of fiber. Good for balance in some countries like Tanzania.
Why do you keep mentioning Tanzania? Did they do something to like pique your interest?
They had an interesting name. I like the name Tanzania. It's fun to say. You know how things are fun to say. You know, poo poo pee pee.
Yeah,
No, that's a real funny thing to say.
You know, Gary, you know, I was about to get off topic. How's the weather in Idaho, by the way? Because we all know you're in Boise.
Don't get me started on the weather.
You're in Boise.
It is hot like Hellman's mayonnaise.
In Boise, Idaho, it is hot.
Believe it or not, yeah. In
Did
wintertime.
Yellowstone fucking erupt? Why is it hot?
Because, I mean, when people are hot over here, then they get hot very quickly.
Well, I assumed as much. Gary, I think you may have lied to me about your location.
What location?
We all know how I hate liars. I liars to me.
Oh, liar,
Terrible.
pants for hire.
You just said it's hot in Boise, Idaho. It's 30 degrees in Boise, Idaho.
That's hot.
That's hot?
That's hot.
It's hot to you?
That is hot. That's like burned steak on a kettle with a mayonnaise slapped right on it.
Okay, there are a lot of things wrong with what you just said. We'll go over that in a minute. What temperature is cold to you then?
Oh, you know, just 40 degrees.
So 30 degrees is hot, but 40 degrees is cold.
Yep.
You go by inverse temperature?
No, because 50 degrees is definitely hot to me. So basically it goes like cold.
Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold.
Yeah, it's kind of like that kind of thing, you know? It kind of alternates between, you know, sometimes I just find myself being very hot during the cold season.
So based on what you're saying, 90 degrees is cold, but 100 degrees is hot.
You know it. You betcha.
Gotcha. Another thing you said just now, you cook steak on a kettle with mayonnaise?
Well, the mayonnaise comes afterward. You know, you slap it on it. You know, kind of like a...
You slap mayonnaise on your steak.
Well, it's got eggs in there, right? You gotta slap it on it.
what does eggs? What
What is
what
an
does
egg?
eggs
Well,
have?
an egg comes out of a living animal. You eat it, protein, delicious. It's kind of like that, you know.
Okay. Besides that, right?
Hmm.
You cook your steak on a kettle.
You don't cook your steak on a kettle.
So, how's the weather in Buffalo, New York, huh?
Oh, don't get me started. It's tornadoing. It's fire.
There's
There's
tornadoes in Buffalo?
I know, right? There's tornadoes. There's fire. There's windstorms. There's rain. There's anything you can think of. You got it. You know,
Man. Is it hot or is it cold?
both. It's like a hot
No, no,
cold
no,
situation.
no. You tell me.
It,
Is it
it
hot right now or is it cold?
it's both.
No. One or the other.
Well, what if I don't want to say one or the other? What if I want to say both?
I will end this podcast right now. What is it hot or
Hot.
cold in Buffalo?
It is very hot right now. Temperatures at 65 degrees. Can you believe it?
It's 17 degrees in Buffalo.
Oh, even hotter. You know,
You just said it was 65 degrees.
That's-
What Buffalo? What Buffalo did you look up just now? What state? What state did you just look it up?
Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, that's the wrong state.
You looked up the temperature of Buffalo Wild.
Yeah.
What's the temperature of Buffalo Wild Wings? It's pretty cold.
It's true, yeah. It is proven fact that Buffalo Wild Wings is very hot in the summertime.
Sure. So Gary, I have a very personal question for you.
Oh, bring it on, big boy.
You heard about the Gerald Richardson controversy, right?
Oh my God! Don't get me started on Gerald Richardson. I gotta love the guy. Yeah.
So it was this guy. So I'll explain it for our guests.
Okay, yeah, please
This guy,
entice me.
Gerald Richardson,
Mhm.
online he goes by the name It's Polar.
Oh my
ITPOLAR. So It's Polar.
Oh,
And
like the
it's
polar ice
Gerald.
caps, like polar bear.
I don't know where he got the
Oh
name
my
from.
God, that's
So
terrifying.
Gerald, right? Gerald decided that he was what was his task again, Gary? What did he decide he was gonna do?
Cook a steak on a kettle? I don't know.
No, that's what you did.
Oh.
What was Gerald Richardson's task again?
Making a muffin out of eggs.
Why is everything about food with you?
I like food. I like it.
You literally get from kids' meals and you're telling me you like food.
Yes, kids meal. Yeah. Kids meal food good. Very nutritious and delicious.
Kids' meals, food good. So Gerald Richardson's task, right?
Mhm.
He wanted to make it so nobody celebrated his birthday.
Oh, what a nasty wasty.
So he wanted to be forgotten.
Oh,
I don't know
poor
why.
guy. Yeah.
I really don't know why.
It's like
But me, Gary, and a bunch of other people took it upon ourselves to throw the Gerald birthday bash. You remember that, Gary?
No, I don't remember.
You don't?
No.
Let me remind you.
Should I play that song right now?
Happy birthday, Gerald.
I'll play that song for our guests right now. Right now.
Okay.
All right. I'm pulling it up right now. Pulling it up. Pulling up.
Hold up.
Gerald, whatever. Geraldo.
Gerald's birthday bash.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2. Oh, ads. I apologize. This is not sponsored by by whatever ad this is. Okay. Man, this is a good song though.
It is. We made it in house. So did you play it? Is it played?
It's playing, you know. It's really great. Oh my god.
Tell me when it's done.
Okay.
You know, we could have just cut to a break here, and
No.
You could've just
This is a lot
edited
more
it in.
fun. This is fun.
is it?
No,
Not fun for me.
because you can't hear anything.
You're right. You're right.
OneHappyBirthday.com. Didn't you love that? Didn't you enjoy that experience?
I think it was great, right? But Gerald had the audacity to act like he didn't like it. Do you remember?
That's like-
he was like, this is terrible. This is terrible.
Oh
Why?
my
Why?
god. Hey man. That's
Don't you
like
remember?
that's like the polar opposite of what I thought he would react.
Right? And we were so taken aback because we just threw this birthday bash for Gerald and all
Oh,
that
yeah,
stuff.
the birthday
You know what he's
bash.
doing now? You know what he's doing now? He's fallen so far that now he leads this My Little Pony roleplay server or something.
Oh.
And he's secluded himself
Mama.
from all of us.
Don't get me started on My Little Pony. I don't like that thing. Scary as
Right?
the devil itself.
Exactly. You know, Gerald, the whole Gerald situation, it really makes me wonder
Really
what,
grinds-
what does humanity have left?
Yeah.
You know, if we can't even throw birthday bashes for each other,
Yeah.
you know, what's the point? What's the point in living?
Really grinds your gears, you know. Gets your juices
Stop
jangling.
using Family Guy jokes. If I hear another Family Guy joke, I will fly out to California and kill you personally. No more Family Guy jokes. Do you hear me?
Man, these pretzels are making me thirsty.
You know, that really that really grinds my gears.
You know, those
You
grinds
have no
my
idea.
gears. When the gears, you know how they grind? That's a grinding gear. That's a gear of a lifetime.
You know, like the river?
The
when
gear
it
year.
flows?
What?
You know, like the river when it flows? No, that's a river.
You
That's
know what?
basically what you just said.
That is what I said. Yeah. How'd you know? How did you know, Jacob? How did you know? Tell me honestly, please. Entice me. Enthuse, whatever. Tell me. Right now.
I wasn't listening. What did you say?
Now I must recite one of the great poems from one of the greatest writers of all time. Myself. In the eyes of the person, there is a soul, and sometimes that soul gets a little hungry and likes to eat. It likes to eat things. Yeah, it likes to eat. When the soul eats another soul, and that's called soulception. Yeah, and you know, nature really binds us together with souls and soul.
So we're reading poems, right? That's the idea.
I'm reciting a poem right now.
Let's make this a little poem section, yeah?
Sure.
I'm going to send you a poem to read after that one. I'm going to read the next poem, okay?
And nature, when nature gives us our magnificent flavors, succulent produce, not sponsored by Walmart, and gives us life to the unimaginable degree of what we live in.
Okay.
This food, which has become a staple at fast food restaurants, has now binded our country to become known as Guam. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Would you send me?
So I'm going to.
You gonna read that?
I'm going to read a poem. Then you'll read the one I sent you. Then I'm going to read another one. Okay.
Okay.
So this is from the really great poet from 400 years ago, Jacob the Wiser.
Oh. Was he a wise man? Was he wise?
Shut up.
Okay.
I'm reading.
Okay, sorry. What is this?
In this sea of clouds, I feel free. Freer than a bird on the wind. The wind guides me as it flows through my blocky hair. I feel youth, released. The beautiful smells of the eternal cherry blossom render within my nostrils, and I feel a sweet release of tension. The grief is over now. The time to continue move on is upon us. As I venture to Mount Fuji, I remember what Sun Tzu once said. You suck. And I commit suicide. The release of death is sweet. I feel this poem has a lot to say about depression and the modern state of the world. You know, the poet had a very brilliant mind for the future. You know, my blocky hair, maybe there was a reference to the games we play now. And he somehow knew it, right?
Uh-huh.
And the Sun Tzu quote, you suck, really proves how futile it is in our life, right?
Futile.
To try to be something
love
bigger.
that word.
You know, to try to be something bigger. The you suck, I think that poem
Really?
is insane. So read your poem.
Okay. So this is another poem by the great Jacob B. from 1812. I will achieve the end and climb the stairs to heaven, to meet my forefathers up there who have risked life and limb to continue my family lineage. I will fight and fight until I bleed and sweat. I will continue and move to the heavenly stair, just as my forefathers before me. For I am Batman, Sonic the Hedgehog.
I think that poem has a lot to say, right? There's a lot to unwrap there.
I know, yeah.
It's about continuing your family's history, lineage, fighting to that position in heaven, right? Climbing those stairs, you know, keeping up the energy and really fighting forward. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
And then the For I Am Batman, it really makes people relate because that's a hero everyone knows.
Yeah,
right?
who doesn't like Batman, you know?
Exactly.
Batman saves lives.
When you throw him in there, you can put yourself in the perspective of Batman in this story.
I know.
Why he's fighting so hard through Gotham, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that Sonic the Hedgehog saying this all is really a metaphor for the failures of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Now, Sonic himself has been fighting to make a good game for decades, right?
A good movie.
Trying to climb that stair.
Yes.
Sega, Sonic, you know, trying to get up there and make another good game, you know. It's the fight.
I love
They're
games,
fighting.
yeah.
So I have one more poem to finish off the poetry section.
Okay.
And it's a continuation of the poem I read earlier.
Oh, brilliant.
The sweet release of death upon Mount Fuji is a graceful one. Burn me to the ashes with the tree branches as I form the smoke cloud of life. The cycle continues and I return to the earth, as we all do alone. Wario. So I feel this one is one of the most impactful poems ever made in human history.
I can't disagree with that. That's one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard.
The acceptance of death. I think that's a really great theme, right? Mm-hmm. Being able to accept it and welcome it in a way, right?
Yeah.
And then the burn me to the ashes as I form the smoke cloud of life. It's really about how life is a turmoil. Life is smoky, right?
Smokey the Bear. I love Smokey the Bear.
Yeah, exactly. the cycle continues and I return to the earth as we all do alone. That line right there.
That gives me chills. I honestly,
that line
that
is ridiculous, right?
I crapped myself. Listen to that.
Like, it's like this is just going to keep happening. The human struggle is just going to keep happening. All of us will die, right? And we all do it alone, right? That is so impactful. And then it coming from Wario, to me, really emphasizes his relationship troubles with his brother Mario. All the problems he's had, right? I think it's really impactful. Yeah. I think all the poems we just read are really, really wicked. I think they're really great.
Yes. Moving on. What's the weather like in Alaska, Jacob?
It's cold and it's only getting colder.
You're darn diddly right. Darn diddly right.
Up here in Alaska, where I am right now, as you all know.
Does the wind blow through your blocky hair?
No, I'm currently sitting in my house. I mean, technically the fan's on, so
the wind
being generated from the fan, maybe.
That's wind, yeah.
It's quite cold right now. It's quite cold.
Cold as a bee.
Our bee is cold?
Normally. In summer climates?
Hot? I'm not sure if I should look up how hot our bee is. I think...
Let's just conclude it and say they're very hot, okay?
No, I looked it up. Between 93 degrees and 95 degrees Fahrenheit all year round. So I wouldn't say that's cool.
Neato. Anyway, moving on to our next topic. Jacob, what are your thoughts on people who stand up wiping? What do you think about that?
This has been a topic that's been discussed a lot recently on the internet, right?
Yeah.
It's this great debate. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm a multi. So I'm a switch in a way where I'll both do it sitting and standing, depending on the situation.
Oh my god. So, you're like ambidextrous with your wiping, right?
Think about it like this. I'll sit if it's a normal poo, right? Like it's a normal wipe.
Sure.
But let's say it's diarrhea, right?
Oh, don't get me started on the rhea.
That means it's on the walls of the cheeks, right? So you do a really thorough wipe.
You need to, do it like kind of like a clock. You gotta spin.
And while sitting, right, you just can't do that type of wipe.
Yes.
So I'll get up a little bit and I'll be like, gotta move around,
gotta poo, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gotta exercise while you wipe those.
I'm not sure about exercise. I am overweight, and exercise is one of the things I have heart attacks every single time I think about it.
Oh, that's deep right there. That's deep as
Did you know that on the enhanced Fujita EF scale, which is used to measure tornadoes, a category 5 is known as incredible, and it's over 200 mile per hour gusts.
Oh.
Yeah, the Fujita scale was developed by a guy named Fujita. Obviously, it's what it's named for, and it was developed to measure tornadoes.
You talking about fajitas?
No. Fujita.
Oh, Fujita.
Yeah, him. You know him?
No.
Oh.
Not a clue. Carry on.
No, I finished my thought. Continue.
No, I was just wrapping up with what I was saying. So.
What were you saying?
Oh, so what?
What were you saying?
Nothing.
Okay.
Jacob, I'm gonna send you a picture, and you gotta tell me your thoughts on this.
Okay. I will go look at the photo now.
For our viewers, it is a picture of a bookworm.
No. You'll edit it onto the screen right now.
True. No, I won't edit it. I'm too lazy.
No.
I'll describe it.
You will.
It is
No.
no. No.
No. We're not playing charades right now.
We
they
are
don't
playing
need to play the
charades.
game
They like charades. I've
No,
talked to
but
the guys. They love charades.
Who'd you talk to? Joe? Joe's an idiot. Joe doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Who'd you talk to? There's only
Joe's the one
person-
guy who loves this, loves doing charades.
Well, guess what? Joe's an idiot. Why are you only pandering to Joe? How about this?
I love the Joe.
Charade it right now.
Who doesn't love the Joe?
No, charade it right now, right? Do it charade. And then at the end of the segment, put the photo up there.
No.
Why? Why not? Huh?
Because I'm lazy and I just want to upload this to the YouTube when I'm done.
No.
I can't be bothered editing this, Jacob.
There will be some editing.
No, there won't. I know it for a fact.
This is the funny hour. We can't be that low quality, okay?
We are low quality. We don't care. To be quite honest, we don't care
we
about
have
the low quality.
We have a reputation to uphold, Gary. So help me God, I will murder you if you don't uphold that reputation.
I thought
so
you were
what
Jewish.
do you want me to do with this photo? What do you want me to do?
Let me explain the photo. It is a man with in a costume of a bookworm. He's as a worm with glasses that's popping out of a dictionary
What do you say?
with
Is this
black
the
boots. Huh?
Is this Bookworm Adventures mascot?
No, I just searched a bookworm adult costume and that's what I got. You gotta give me your thoughts on that.
It's like Green Bookworm Lex from Bookworm Adventures. You want to give what thoughts do you want me like? What do I think it looks like?
Would you wear that? Would you wear that to a costume party?
Well, I don't think it's fitted for my size, so I wouldn't.
Well,
wear that
of course
exact.
not. But if it was, would you?
Being the bookworm, I think would have its advantages and disadvantages. You see the dictionary thing, right? It's kind of like a food tray.
Oh, you are a mastermind.
So like at the party, the bookworm could have like a mini buffet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You know it. What
So,
about
I think it has its advantages. Wouldn't you agree?
yes? What about the next photo, Jacob? It is a picture of a guy standing in a trash can costume with trash on top.
Well, if you remove the trash on top, right, you can have like a drink holder up there, or you could have like a pouch of grapes, or like goldfish. You know what I mean?
Wow.
One cool thing about this costume, right, is that like pants wise and shirt wise, you can wear whatever you want. It just goes over it, right? So I think it'd be comfortable. It'd be like wearing a pillow. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say I'd do that.
What about this? This costume right here. Hold on.
Let me go look. Let me go look at this costume.
I have to paste because. There we go.
Now that costume seems impractical, right?
It is a toilet paper costume.
Well, firstly, I'm going to assume just that bit at the end is actually removable.
No, it's
right?
not. No.
Yeah, it'd be better if it was like a fully functioning toilet paper that you could unravel around yourself to help out your community, maybe. To like clean up puddles or like.
You'd be like, hey, you want some toilet paper? I got some. Yeah.
Toilet paper man on Halloween. That'd be awesome. And he'd go around and like he'd give kids toilet paper. Be like, now be a good boy. Go home. Don't eat too much candy. Here's a piece of toilet paper. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, that'd
be the superhero I'd get behind.
Mm-hmm.
But like practicality wise, it's just not there.
Ugh.
And the one you sent me, the toilet paper, the toilet paper looks like toothpaste, and the poo looks like a hot dog. I have nothing positive to say.
The poo looks a little bit more than a hot dog, but I'm not gonna go into that. Anyway, next. Yes.
Let me see.
Right?
No, you didn't send me. You didn't send me anything. Are we switching topics now?
Yes. That's what I was alluding to, yeah. Our final topic, I think, yeah. Want to wrap it up, I guess?
You know, I think a good final topic. I think we need to discuss the Ukraine situation with Russia.
You know what? I think we don't need to. That has been
No,
our
no, come on.
podcast.
I think our people deserve to know. I think the audience deserves to know.
If you can describe it in 5 seconds, then do it.
Okay, tell me when to start.
Start.
Russia's amassing troops on the Ukrainian border, and the United States might react.
Thank you. Well,
Thank you for
Yes.
the opportunity to talk to the people about that. I need the
Yes, you need you need it. Anyway, that has been our funny hour first episode podcast.
Has it been an hour, really?
Yes, believe it or not, yeah. I have a timer, yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
Anyway,
You can afford a timer?
yeah. Okay.
Where'd you get the timer from?
Bye guys. See you next episode.
Oh, well, bye guys, but seriously, where'd you get the timer from?